En español, os referís a los dientes como algo no personal, ¿no?
Uh-huh.
Los dientes. Nosotros tenemos que especificar que son mis dientes.
Que son
dientes.
los vuestros.
Los míos. Exacto, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿cómo dirías tú en inglés? Él cepilla los dientes cada mañana.
He brushes his teeth.
Tercera persona del singular, por favor.
He brushes his teeth every morning.
Good. ¿Y yo?
I brush my teeth every morning.
¿Y tú?
You brush your teeth every morning.
¿Y ella?
She brushes her teeth every morning.
She brushes her teeth every morning. Una vez más, por favor.
She brushes her teeth only every morning.
Good. Teeth siempre se expresa o se suele expresar en singular, ¿ok?
Okay.
She brushes her teeth every morning. Muy bien.
I love Vaughan. Tell us why you love Vaughan in a video y gana un Daytown por la cara. Cuéntanos en un vídeo por qué te gusta Vaughan y gana un Daytown por la cara. Grábate un vídeo contándonos por qué estás in love with Vaughan, enamorado de Vaughan. Súbelo a Twitter con el hashtag LoveVaughan, lo ve Vaughan, mencionando a @Grupo Vaughan. Anunciaremos el ganador el día 17 de abril. Good luck!
¿Qué es Daytown? Es un Vaughan Town concentrado en un solo e intensísimo día de inmersión en inglés, únicamente en inglés. Vivirás una experiencia única de 10 horas de contacto con el idioma en un hotel de lujo. Pasarás el día con angloparlantes de todas las partes del mundo, conociendo a gente de lo más interesante y practicando tu inglés en situaciones de comunicación reales. Te sorprenderás con todo lo que puedes avanzar tu inglés en un solo día. Daytown. Y el desayuno y la comida están incluidos. Que hablar inglés da mucha hambre. Puedes asistir a Daytown, Barcelona y Valencia 21 de abril, Madrid el 28 de abril. Si quieres más información sobre las inmersiones de Vaughan, llama al 911-335-833 o infórmate en tu delegación más cercana, también en grupovaughan.com.
Campamentos de inglés sin salir de España. Tus hijos hablarán inglés divirtiéndose, siempre acompañados de nuestros monitores Vaughan. Realizarán talleres, actividades, veladas nocturnas y todo ello en inglés. 91 133 5832.
Los cursos trimestrales de Vaughan son ideales para gente que necesita resultados a medio plazo y a un precio asequible. Descúbrelos en grupovaughan.com. Aquí comienza Inglés Online TVE.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Inglés Online TVE is the program. Thanks for tuning in. I apologize for the microphone noise, everybody, but today is class number 68. And I want to thank you for joining, for deciding to connect with us today as we review the content of the online course. And Juanjo's saying, Kyle, what are you doing? Se ve bien. Can you see me? Can you see me well? Anyway, maybe the light is not ideal, but anyway, today we're going to look at class number 68, and we're going to look at a few interesting sentences today. We'll talk about this content, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, and my guest today is Mr. Mark Finley. Mark, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you, Kyle. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. Today, Mark, we're going to practice class number 68 of our course, which our friends can follow on Televisión Española, Channel 2, en La Dos, here in Spain, from 7:30 to 8 a.m. And then, of course, if you miss the show, you can connect on YouTube, Inglés Online TVE. Inglés Online TVE is the channel, so be sure to get on there, friends, and click and connect and join us for all the fun that is the show. Now, we have people writing in. Maria says, "Hi, Kyle." Hello, Maria. How are you? Valentino says, "Hello, folks. Great to follow up the contents here with Kyle Douglas Miller, the proud Canadian." I'm not sure how he knew my middle name, but okay, the proud Canadian. It's true. I mean, it's accurate. Yolanda says, "Hi, Kyle. Hi, all. Escamilla, Oscar. Hello. Valentino, yes, yeah, I see you. Good, I see you. Maria, I see you too. Well, I can't see you, but anyway. Chema says, "Hi, Kyle, I have 3 doubts." Well, we don't really say doubts that way, do we, Mark? We say, "I have 3 questions or problems, or I'm wondering about 3 things."
I guess you guys, I have a couple of doubts. You could quantify it. No, you're saying it.
Well, I mean, I find Spanish people overuse the term I have a doubt. Whereas in English, we would often say, yeah, you could say that, but usually we say, I have a question.
Right. I'm wondering about this.
I'm wondering, yeah. I'm wondering about something. Because a doubt is kind of like, usually it's questioning the validity. Like if I tell people, I say, I'm from Aranjuez, they would probably doubt me, right? They wouldn't believe me.
Or John's going to be here on time, right?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah. I doubt it.
John's never on time.
And Yolanda writes in and says, "Mark remains anonymous." So he's because we can't see him, but he's here. Trust me, he's here. And our friend Dudonel, regular listener, Dudonel, participator in the program, he says, "How are you, Kyle and Mr. Mark?" And Valentina says, "What's Mark like?" It's a good question. What is Mark like? Which is a good question that a lot of people kind of struggle with. What is he like? It's a good question. What is Mark like? Well, I would say he's charismatic.
Oh.
Would you say Mark is charismatic?
Mark doesn't normally talk about Mark in this way, so I'll let you take that one out. But maybe he...
Yeah, he's charismatic. He's outgoing, which is good, right? He's an outgoing guy.
I think so. Going out is always fun.
Yeah. And then we could just make a whole show of answering people's comments because they're just streaming in here today. Rafa says, "Hi, Frank Sinatra Jr."
Ooh. Frank Sinatra Jr., that one's already taken.
Does he have a son named...
Oh, of course, no. And he was, I think it was his son that was kidnapped earlier on. But later, when Sinatra was just kind of finishing in the twilight of his career, it was his son that was the band leader, let's say. He was orchestrating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, our friend Olja writes in and says, "Hello, would we be lovely watching Mark on a program?" So you're getting a lot. You're getting it's blowing up, really.
That's what live music does.
Belen says, "Hello, everybody. Is Mark a ghost? What does Mark look like? We can't see him." Or maybe I already read that one. Yeah, through Mark's voice, he sounds like an interesting phenomenon in English.
Exactly.
And Belen says, "Don't be shy, Mark."
So
Mark,
I don't actually even know where the camera is. So
the camera is here. It's on top, pointed at me. So sadly, they can't see you. But that's all right. What we need to begin because I want to look at a couple of sentences here, and Mark will help me. Yolanda says Mark has a lot of fans. He does. Maybe the fact that you can't see him really. Kind of adds to the mystery.
Right. Yes, I'm like the monster in the horror flick that you can't. It's almost scarier when you can't see.
Is he even here?
Yeah, I have one of those what they call in the business a radio face. So you're probably better not to get the camera on me. But
Right.
I've been told the voice is all right. So.
All right. Well, we're going to begin. Let's begin, everybody, with today's beginner content.
Nivel básico.
All right, everybody. Nivel básico, our beginner sentence today. Is there any furniture in the new office? And then you say, the short answer, is there any furniture in the new office? You'd say,
No, there isn't.
there you go. You see, he followed up. He caught it. Is there any furniture in the new office? No, there isn't. We've been practicing these few days with there and to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is, there are. Is there any furniture? Is there any water? Is there any water in your glass?
There is.
There is. Is there any water in my glass?
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't. Is there any orange juice in your glass?
No, there isn't.
Is there any orange juice in my glass?
No, there is not.
Okay. Is there? So the structure is very simple. Is there any furniture, which is like muebles, I guess, right?
Yes, and uncountable in English.
That's right, an uncountable.
Right. So there are furniture or a furniture. I bought a furniture. No.
Mm-hmm. No. That's right. No, that's right. Is there any furniture in the new office? No, there isn't. Okay. Now, in the time it has taken us to practice the sentence, we have been once again flooded with comments, mostly about Mark. Belen says, hello, everybody. Is Mark a ghost? What does he look like? Can we see him? Maybe at the end of the show, he'll come around and reveal, right? We'll do the great reveal, we'll call it. Dudonel says, through Mark's voice, I guess he's an interesting phenomenon in English. Oh, I already read that, didn't I?
Analysis.
Yeah. Chema says, Kyle, don't forget my doubts. Oh, yeah, sorry. He says, sorry. Because he had more. He said I had 3 doubts, and I only gave him the first one. The first one was, we just critiqued his question about the doubts, didn't we? To translate en tu lugar, you say in your place. Can you say in your position? Yo en tu lugar, it's almost like saying if I were you. Yo que tú, if I were you. Or if I were in your place, if I were in your position, I wouldn't do that. If I were in your position, I wouldn't insult the boss, for example.
Right, but as you said, usually we just say if I were you.
Yo que tú, if I were you. Mm. If I were you, I wouldn't. It's hypothetical, so I wouldn't drink so much Coca-Cola.
Now this is básico, and I think we might be advancing things already because you're already jumping into the subjunctive. If I were, why if I were, not if I was? Mm-hmm. But that I think,
and we always say if I were, not if I was. Although you hear it in music,
and you hear it by native speakers, and it is a mistake that is made. But have you explained that already?
Well, the subjunctive we always take a step back, but it is a little bit tricky. Right? It is a bit tricky.
Yeah, no, but as I have not been here in your previous lessons, I don't know what you've covered, so I know it's tricky, but have you explained it already?
No, not really. I just tell people generally that we have to use would, that if I would, I would. If I were you, I would do this, I would do that. So like in the second conditional.
In that sentence, though, for me, the part that is probably more problematic for students is that were, and if they're looking at the details, they'd be wondering why. Mm-hmm. They would have a doubt.
They would have a doubt in their mind. That's right. And even the pronunciation of the word would. I would, if it were raining now, I would bring my umbrella. I would. And it's pronounced just like madera, the wood. I would. If it were raining, I would bring my umbrella. Yeah. So it's a subjunctive form.
So we noticed that in the first person and third person, Instead of investir, instead of was, it's were.
That's right.
And so it's the last remnants of subjunctives that English has.
That's
and
right.
Only affecting the verb to be.
That's right. That's right.
So compared to Latin-based languages, where you have to learn a whole new list of conjugation, subjunctive conjugation for every verb.
We don't have that.
We don't have that.
We have, that's right. All we have left. A lot of teachers, in fact, say that there is really no subjunctive in English, but there is that little bit, which is essentially you're taking the step back in tense. It's also with like may and might. I might do that. You're going back. Anytime you use reported speech, for example, I may go to the party. He said he might go to the party.
Well, this, I think it's imaginary.
That's right.
That's the part where it's not real. It's not. So we get that a little bit with when we use the verb wish. I wish I were here. I wish I were there, for example. You wouldn't say I wish I were here because you are here. But it's, the last remnants of...
Yeah, anytime you have something that is hypothetical, sort of hypothetical or with this shade of reality, that's where we're using the subjunctive, right?
But as I tell my students, so much easier in the English language.
Yeah, but I tell people not to worry too much about trying to think of the rule there and just saying, well, we always say if I go with would, if I would, if I were you, and I would, and the pronunciation is a big problem for a lot of these people. I would. So it's almost like the Spanish word huevo, with a you have to make this because a lot of people say good. But it's would. Right. Let's see here. Another question here. Chance and opportunity. Is chance the same as opportunity? Well, sometimes interchangeable, but we're kind of splitting hairs here. Rizando rizo, because we a chance. Yeah, I wish I had one more opportunity. I wish I had one more chance. It's very similar.
Yeah. Right. This is your last chance to impress the boss.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Last opportunity.
My last opportunity.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
My last chance. And away is away the same as out. In the sense of being, where's the boss? Oh, he's away. He's out. Out is the opposite of in. So if he's in the office or he's in or he's out. But away is more like fuera. Fuera in the sense of distance. He's not here anymore. He's gone away to another place, I guess, right?
Well, when you're maybe using that as part of a phrasal verb, you might come across some differences, but if I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. Keep away, keep out, keep back.
Well, quédate fuera. Yeah. Let's see here. People are writing in. Yolanda says, yes, Kyle. That's why we listen to the radio, to improve our English. Yes. Is there a guest with Kyle? Now, is there any guest with Kyle? Yes. And I said, yes, he is. But yes, there is. Valentino, the furniture, an uncountable noun in English. There you go. If I were in your shoes, yo en tu lugar. If I were in your shoes, that's another good expression. Yes. Yes, and Yolanda says, the use of was instead of were is a typical native mistake. That's true. That's true. Let's see. Well, Maria Pilar says, very suggestive voice, Mark. Lucky you. That's Maria. And then Belen says, I hope to stand the chance to see you, Mark. To see Mark later. Well, there you go, Belen. You got some fans here.
Stand the chance.
But we wouldn't use that. We wouldn't say it like that. To stand it, we only use stand a chance in the negative. Like if I fought Mike Tyson, I wouldn't stand a chance.
Stand a chance, yeah.
Right? I would have no possibility of winning. We always use that in the negative, so be careful with that one, Belen.
Interesting.
To stand a chance is like to tener posibilidades. Well, I guess in the question, would I stand a chance or do I stand a chance? No, you don't stand a chance. But it seems to be in the question in the negative. We don't normally say, I stand a chance.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. That it's always interesting. But just in the negative, as you said. Yeah.
Negative and question, just observationally. Right. That's when we tend to use it. Hey, let's jump forward because we have to take a look at today's intermediate content.
Nivel intermedio.
All Our intermediate sentence today, everybody. I think I'll be there. Sorry, I think I'll be able to be there first thing in the morning. First thing, which is a primera hora de la mañana. First thing. We don't normally say at first hour. No, we say first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, I have a cup of coffee. First thing in the morning, I take a shower. What do you do first thing in the morning? Mark?
Well, depends on the morning, but I guess I if I have to wake up, I get up, and I go to the bathroom. Yes, that would probably be the first thing, is to relieve my bladder.
There you go. He relieves his bladder, folks, first thing in the morning. What do you do first thing in the morning? Let me know. You can tell us in the chat if you do anything maybe abnormal or different.
Just to clarify, I don't relieve my bladder in my bed. I actually...
You get up first, of course. But here the sentence, I think I'll be able to be there. Creo que estaré capaz, I suppose, but you wouldn't really say that. ¿Te suena bien así, Juano? Estaré capaz de llegar. Seré capaz, claro, seré capaz de asistir, to attend, to be there. So if someone says, hey, can you come to the party this Friday? Well, I think I'll be able to be there. I think I'll be able to be there. But here, I think I'll be able to be there first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. A primera hora de la mañana.
Seems a little convoluted, doesn't it?
It does. I think I'll be able to be there.
Would we... There's something a little off with that.
Seems a little wordy, doesn't it? I think I'll be able to be there.
Dude, yes or no, okay? You going to come to the party or not?
Are you coming or not? I think I can... Another expression, I think I can make it. Can you make it?
Yeah.
To make it is to be able to attend. Right? Belen says, I go to the bathroom to do number 1. Thank you. Good. Well, hey. You know, me too. You know, it's a normal thing in the morning, isn't it? All right. Let's push forward, everybody. Oh, actually, we have Valentino says, the second conditional for unreal or contrary to the fact, act, state or action. The Romance languages are more difficult than English. The subjunctive is almost faded away in English. There you go. It has almost faded out. That's true. Well said.
Let's keep it alive.
Let's keep it alive, folks, little by little. Why don't we move ahead? We only have 5 minutes left. Let's begin our advanced content.
Nivel avanzado.
Getting advanced here. Oh boy, here we go. The trolley fell apart last week. The trolley, very British. The trolley fell apart last week. I haven't been able to figure out how to put it back together. Now, the trolley could be like the el carro, no? Un carrito. I suppose in the supermarket,
yeah.
I wouldn't say a trolley. What would you say? A grocery...
cart, perhaps. Yeah. Trolley, though, that's where I would use that word in the supermarket. But in other countries, they would probably use that in a different way.
Yeah,
maybe truck. No,
a truck or
lorry,
a trolley.
Yeah.
Lorry, as the British say. In American and Canadian English, we say a truck.
Yeah,
a truck. Yeah, the trolley. Now, the trolley fell apart last week. I don't know why, but it fell apart. So something has to be together before it can fall apart. So this is an interesting way to kind of unlock the phrasal verbs sometimes. People say, oh, these phrasal verbs, they don't make sense. They're always unrelated, which is often true, but there are sometimes if you understand the opposites, it helps understand some phrasal verbs. So something has to be together. The opposite of together is apart. In this case, it falls apart. Like if you put your cookie in the milk for too long, you pull it out, my cookie fell apart, right? It's like it disintegrated. It fell apart. You know?
Or you could talk about your travel plans falling apart.
It fell apart. My plan, I was going to go to Alicante, but my plans fell apart, for example. But here, the trolley fell apart last week. I haven't been able to figure out how to put it back together. Now, to figure out is to determine. To figure out, idear, I guess, to come up with a plan. I couldn't figure out or haven't been able to figure out how to put it back together. So to assemble, right, to put something together, if you ever go to IKEA, you buy this furniture that you have to put together. IKEA, you say here in English, IKEA. You buy this furniture that you have to put together yourself. And then once I bought a, in Spanish they call it a sofá cama, sofa bed. See how easy that is? Sofa bed, folks. I bought a sofa bed.
Is that like a futon or
like a futon?
Right.
Futon, we'd say, right? Sofa bed, do we say or no? Futon.
I just say sofa
cama
or couch.
But it's one
futon.
of those. But it's not just it's one of these ones that becomes a bed, right? Fold out bed.
Fold out bed.
Anyway,
So-
I bought one of these things, and I decided that my kitchen, I had more space. I was going to put it in a smaller room, but I thought I'll build it in the kitchen just because I have a lot of room. So I put it together. But then I realized I couldn't fit it through the door to get it into the other room. So I had to take it apart. And then I had to put it together again.
So it didn't fall apart.
No, it didn't fall apart.
You had to take it apart.
I took it apart. So we have montar, desmontar y volver a montar, volver a hacer algo, to do something again, or to, when we use the word back, put it back together.
Usually means again, yes.
In this case, yeah, back means again here, to put it back together, right? I picked up my phone and then I put it back on the table, returned it to where it was.
Can you give that back to me?
Give it back. So I take it from him and then I give it back. Pay back the money to the bank, for example, to borrow money and pay it back, or borrow a phone and give it back, like to return. So people are writing in again. Belen says, are you a handy person, Kyle? Are you good at DIY? Que significa, which stands for do it yourself. I get by. Me apaño. I get by. I do all right. I'm not the greatest, but I do okay. Mark Dunino says, Mark, I'm delighted to learn from you some interesting vocabulary today, as you gave a brilliant participation in this awesome show.
Huh? Who was that?
Our friend Dudonel.
Dudonel.
And he's a
thank you.
good guy and a great regular participant here. Now, Valentino says, Mark is not only a musician, but a language instructor. You're very popular here on Vaughan Radio. Mark is not only a musician, but also a language instructor. His ideas and explanations appeal to me.
The host here, Kyle, is getting a little annoyed.
No, it's wonderful. But we're out of time. That's what the music means. We're out of time, everybody.
What about the redeem? What did we call it? We were going to show my face? No time.
Oh, yeah. Come on around, everybody. We have 10 seconds, and we'll show you our good friend, Mark. Here he is, everybody. Mark Finley, the one and only, with us today for the show. So thanks to Mark for joining me today, and thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, my gosh, we're flying through the content, class number 69. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
¿Y tú qué has hecho en los 3 últimos meses? Si no has hecho nada por tu inglés, ahora es el momento. Apúntate a nuestros cursos trimestrales 100% método Vaughan, clases 100% orales en grupos reducidos. La matrícula ya está abierta para todos los niveles, así que no pierdas ni un segundo más e infórmate ahora en el 91-133-5833 o en grupovaughan.com.
¿Y a ti? ¿Se te hace cuesta arriba el inglés? Clases 100% método Vaughan para todos los niveles que te darán el empujón que necesitas para vencer todas tus dificultades con el idioma. Más información en el 91-133-5833 o en grupovaughan.com.
En 3 meses puedes hacer muchas cosas. Puedes ponerte cachas en el gimnasio.
Hola, guapa.
Y te has pasado un poco, ¿no?
Puedes ahorrar